just dogging me. This G Loomis Inshore E6X. It was just straight dogging me. Golly, that sucks. As always, that bite came on the iStrike Texas jig with a diesel minnow in red bone color. That's about all I throw anymore when I'm sight fishing with a spinning rod. Cool. Pissed I broke them off, but I hooked that one and there was another one just belly crawling up the bank, so maybe he's not gone. Maybe he's not spooked yet. There are hundreds of stingrays in here just belly crawling and blowing bait up. That one I just missed was just smashing bait up in like 6 inches of water. Back out, just eating a shrimp, running 10 feet, smashing another shrimp. He was just going nuts. I threw it in there, made kind of a bad cast and rushed it in there like my first shot. I thought he ate it. He might have ate it. I don't know if, because he didn't spook, he stayed up there, but I set the hook. Nothing was there. He kind of freaked out a little bit. Definitely user error there, not the fish. Check that weight when I thought he bent. Check to see if there was any weight or tension there. I just swung on him because it looked like he rushed it and ate it. bad cast and pulled it right into his freaking bag. God, that was stupid. I should have just let him swim through. Instead of trying to rush in front of him, let him swim through and reel in and cast again. He was super happy, right up tight on the bank. Ah, not my day. You make a bad cast, don't try to make it work. Reel it in, cast again. I tell that to people all the time, and then I go do exactly what I tell people not to do. And I landed it, it was just like a foot across him, and my line just a little bit over his back, and I tried to lift up and slide the bait in front of him. And it just came in from his peripherals and just spooked him. Came in fast from the side and spooked him. You want to let these fish feel like they found the bait. You don't want to force it on them. On the bank up here. Got him. That's what we want. God, he smoked it as soon as he saw it. Letting them find that bait is so important. Nice little fish, not as big as that first one I hooked. Definitely bigger than the second one I caught. God, it's so fun letting them find that bait and just annihilate it. I mean, he ate it so quick. Let's go see if we can't get another one on this bank. That was two. Didn't blow the second shot, made the second one count. I'm moving a lot faster than I typically like to when I'm sight fishing down a bank on the trolling motor, but that tide's coming in so quick. I'm not trying to stay out here all day, so I'm just trying to get down this bank as quickly as I can so that I can hit a few more banks before the tide's too high. So that's where I'm at. I've got tons of jacks blowing up here out off the bank. I'm gonna sneak over there real quick and see if I can get one. Tons of jacks. Of hundreds of jacks out here, just crushing bait. I guess they'll eat eye strike too. Let's see if we get another one. While they were busting, because they're gone now. 30 seconds blip. pound, those are some of the strongest fish. I mean, that was a little 1 pound jack. There he is. Oh, that was cool. He just annihilated on the surface. I like it. Fun stuff. So aggressive, so stinking aggressive. They're so fast. They move through areas, they'll find bait, they'll start blowing up, they'll eat all that bait, they'll move somewhere else. If you ever see those jacks blowing up, don't work it slow, work it through there fast. Check this one last little creek mouth. It's a pretty hot spot. Got jacks blowing up behind the boat again. See if I can pull one more redfish off this bank and we're gonna make a move. Go hit 1 or 2 more spots. We'll call it a day. All right, so I definitely wanted to talk a little bit too in this video about what I'm throwing as far as my rod and reel setup and the bait, the jig head, and the soft plastic when I'm sight fishing for these redfish in shallow water. So there's lots of things that work, but I've done a lot of this, and what I've really found as far as the jig and the soft plastic go is I really like the Texas Eye by iStrike. It's just an incredible little jig for sight fishing, and I'm pairing it with the Diesel Minnow by Z-Man, and this is the red bone color. It's got kind of a greenish back, a little bit whiter belly, and some red and black flakes in there. So you got a little bit of shine, a little bit of glitter, a little bit of flash in that bait, but not too much. It looks really natural in the water. I don't like to fish anything when sight fishing that's too bright, because I feel like if it kind of comes in on the fish too quick, or they see it out of the corner of their eye, it'll spook them a lot of times. Something a little more subtle is definitely the key. Now, if you're not very accurate with casting, sometimes a brighter bait will play a nice role because the fish can see it from further away. But I really like this Diesel Minnow and red bone. The rod and reel I'm throwing, so I'm throwing a 3000 BG. I've got BGs on almost all my rods. They're by Daiwa, and that's been my favorite reel. It doesn't break the bank, and it holds up really well with clients. And I've got Power Pro in here, 15-pound Power Pro, and that's just a good little setup. I can do a lot on this. This rod's soft enough to trout fish and fish little tiny hard baits and whatnot for trout, and little light soft plastics, but I can also throw something a little bit heavier. This jig's not that heavy, but it gives me a little bit extra weight as opposed to like a voodoo shrimp or something like that sometimes I'll sight fish with. I just can't get much distance unless I throw a little tiny rod. The really cool thing that I like about this Texas Eye paired with a Z-Man is the Texas Eye's got a worm hook off the back of this little lead head, and it articulates so it can move around. And so as you're jigging this, the lead head will fall back down, but these Z-Mans float. And so this bait fish, this soft plastic will kind of stick up like this and the tail will wag. So I can just barely hop it, and that bait's just sitting there digging with its tail up, looking like it's rooting around on the bottom, and the fish eat it immediately. I mean, if you can sneak it in there to where they feel like they found it, they do not think twice about it, and they just hammer it. So if you're looking for a good little setup, especially bait-wise to throw for redfish, when sight fishing, this is the one. This has been my favorite. You can get on my boat any day of the week, and I'll have one of these tied on. So yeah. Oh, hold on, I got a fish. For sure. right, so it was, glad I came out here and fished. It was definitely a tougher morning, pretty windy, southwest wind, bright sun, and clouds kind of trading in and out. And the bite was definitely a little slower. There was definitely some fish up. God, freaking horsefly. Get him. Got him. All right, now I can go. So I was supposed to run a trip this morning. Had a fly client that I fished a good bit of times, and probably 7 or 8 times in the past couple years. And we were planning on fly fishing down here in the Cape Fear River, lower Cape Fear River. And it was just blowing. I woke up at 4:30, 5 o'clock, and looked at the forecast and the live reading, and it was already blowing about 23. So I shot him a text, and we just decided to end up not fishing this morning. And I woke back up around like 6:15, 6:30, and looked, and it had dropped out to 10. So I came down here. By the time I got down here, it was already blowing again. So we decided to bag the trip, and I was already down here. I had my film and stuff, so I was like, well, I'm gonna shoot out there. It's a low incoming, see if I can catch some fish. And first spot I went to, nothing. Then I got on some fish, and it was pretty, had some good shots. It wasn't great, but definitely blew a handful of shots. I should have had probably 4 or 5 fish to the boat. I hooked 3 redfish. One was a little dink when I was just blind casting for flounders, and one was a pretty nice fish. Probably, 28, 29, 30, 31, somewhere in there, but I had him off to the side of the boat fine, and I was standing up on the bow fighting the fish, and he took off and wrapped me around the, didn't wrap me around, but caught me around the trim tab and popped me off like immediately before I could even get back there. And that was my best fish. And I had another fish, I think, eat that I didn't get, probably at mid-20s, and then I caught one like low to mid-20s and caught that little guy, and had some jack come up for a little bit, caught a couple jacks. It was a fun day. I'm glad I got out here and fished, but I think all in all I fished maybe 2.5 hours and saw, I would say, 12 redfish, maybe a few more. Had probably 7 or 8 good shots at fish, and like I said, I definitely should have had more fish than I ended up with. But that's how it goes. You can't make every cast perfectly. Some days I feel like I'm more on, other days I feel like I'm not as much, and that's just how it goes. So, well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. It was a fun little quick video to make, and got on some fish, so there's some entertaining stuff in there. If you like it, click the like button. Definitely subscribe to my channel. That helps out a lot. I'm trying to do this, enjoying making the YouTube videos, but also just it's great marketing for my guide business. And if y'all want to come down here and do some sight fishing for redfish in North Carolina, up here, over here, whichever direction it is for you. August, September, October, they're my 3 favorite months, so we're just getting into August right now. So hit me up. Yeah, definitely like and subscribe and comment, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.